Gotcha. When all you guys eventually formed the group, what kind of discussions did you guys have as far as the direction that you wanted Boogie
Um,
Monsters to go?
Creatively, I would say I had already given us some direction, since Al and Sean or Yoda and Montrick, they weren't rhyming initially. It sort of all sourced out from my original ideas. Um, the way I build ideas a lot of times comes from either a theme or a song title. Because for me, when I was digging through my father's records or I'm in a record store, a lot of times it's the art and the title that would attract me to certain songs that I would want to loop or play, think about blowing out and using a part of for a beat or something like that. So you might see SOS band, flip it over and see the Sands of Time, and then you play the Sands of Time, and you're like, whoa, I didn't never think the title would have me here, destination wise when I listened to it, you know what I mean? And then they had some weird synths, and they had this and they had that, and it was rocking. So titles were a big thing for me. You might have a really compelling title, and the challenge is to fulfill that title. So, for example, you might have Old Man Jacob's Well, and you have an idea of what it might be about, but then you have to flesh it out and say, okay, well, who is Old Man Jacobs? What is his role in the society, in the world? What's his direction? What's positive about this person? What's negative about this person? And that becomes a verse. Yeah. Other instances, it might be a song. Isley Brothers' Voyage to Atlantis inspired, a lot of the elements of Old Man Jacob's Well. And it was originally the sample that was behind the song, but we couldn't afford it to clear couldn't afford to clear it when it came out. So they had to sort of play around it. We had to go in and build around that sample and take it out. So yeah, a lot of times it might be something sonically that you hear that you derive an emotion from, and then you go from there. Sometimes it might be a song title. Maybe it's just a story in your head, and then you're trying to make it rhyme and create a song out of it, even though it's just a story about an experience that you either witnessed or something from your imagination. And that pretty much set the pace. Once we went into demo mode, we already had some of these songs sort of mapped out. The Buzz, Old Man Jacob's Well. We had a song called I Like It, which is sort of the barge fusion. And originally we were really heavily sampled group. Like, we wanted to produce ourselves, which didn't really happen in the end game, but that was our thing, was taking these old classic soul samples and using that as sort of the back mask for what we were doing vocally. And yeah, it's just kind of like a combination of those things that creates whatever it was we got in the end. And I would just say it started out from some of those original ideas. The Mark of the Beast, now that I think about it, I wrote in college, and I actually had it on demo and we played it for people, and they were like, this song is going places. When are you guys getting signed? It wasn't if we were getting signed. It's like, when are you getting signed? And when you get signed, make sure that song's on your album. You know what I mean? So some ideas you carry around for like 3 or 4 years, and you don't do anything with it until the time comes. God says, okay, now it's time for you to, strike the hammer and turn this into what it's supposed to be. So it's a whole bunch of things. I guess it's multidimensional where the songs or where the ideas come from. But all in all, it's all, I would say, divine inspiration. You know, some things, sometimes you go back and play
Right.
things and it's just like, wow, that's a lightning bolt. Like God sent me a lightning bolt and it struck for a time and I did it. But as far as my soul and who I am now being connected to exactly how it was crafted, it had to be God. It had to be in some instances. He just spoke through me rather than me choosing the words or me choosing how the song would come out, as its final product. Some of it was just him and his angels guiding what was being done. You know what I mean? Sending information, sending people to say, do it this way, take it in this direction. You know what I mean?